Hey, Justin. So we're going to talk today about our mobility scooter and mobility business software that we've got. Now, we're a point of sale software company. We develop point of sale software for jewelers and garden centers and bike shops. Funny thing is, we discovered that mobility scooter businesses and mobility equipment businesses benefit from this software that we've got that we've sold to bike shops and similar types of businesses. We've found some real similarities in the areas of function.
Yep. Yeah, in particular, the repair side of things, so servicing and repair jobs, and the serial number tracking as well, with scooters and lift beds and things like that.
Hey, one of the other areas that is really interesting is what we do around community groups and club pricing. So, you might have within your mobility scooter business, you might be serving a particular nursing home or a retirement village or a community group that is focused on serving retired people. And so this software, as well as what you're about to show people, allows the business to serve those club members or those community group members with either, whether it's a discount or some special benefit, or even as a fundraiser for the club. So there's some really nice tools that we've built into the software to enable that community connection.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can even go one step further and actually get all that customer data and sort of reach out to them on specific needs. So, they might have walking issues or, grip, their grip might not be as good as the other ones and things like that. So you can sort of store all that customer data, and instead of annoying everyone in your customer list, you can really, target those specific needs.
And it's another example of how kind of within the software we've got, beyond what we're going to go through today, which will be just a brief overview, we've got a lot of other rich facilities that take us deep into this area of need.
Exactly, yeah.
Let's get into it. Why don't you share your screen and show us some parts of the software that interest you and that you think might interest mobility?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'll start with the main screen. This is the first screen you'll see appear. Now, without going too punch into it, but basically what you can do is you can customize this screen depending on the terminal within the store. So I've got my point of sale layout here where I might just want my staff to be able to access the point of sale screen, the stock information, and maybe the end of shift process. Or I've got my back office layout where I might do my goods received. I set up all my catalog or promotional pricing, and I might have my favorite business reports there as well. So you can customize the screen depending on what functionality you use.
Yep.
And that customization does flow across into the point of sale screen as well. So you'll see here, I've got some hotkeys over here. Here's a link to either stock items or sub levels. Ideally, obviously, if the product's got a physical barcode on it, you can just scan the barcode and that brings it straight up to the sales screen. I've got a couple of items here. So first of all, you can have images assist you in the point of sale. So you'll see here I've got my different colours of this particular mobility scooter I can purchase. Setting it up as variants is really important within the software.
When you say variants, you mean a variant is like a different type of colour?
Yeah, correct. Colour, size, style.
Yeah.
Not only does it help with in-store things, like when you're doing purchase ordering and even arriving those goods, if you did want to connect to an online store down the track, having that displayed under one item makes it a lot easier for the online customer to purchase a particular colour or size as well.
That's a nice looking scooter.
It is, yeah. And red goes a bit faster, I think, too. So obviously we spoke about the serial number tracking on the top of the video there. So basically you can flag items to have a serial number.
Sorry, on the screen right now, you're listing serial numbers. They're all serial numbers of this particular scooter that you've got in stock?
Yeah, correct. So I've got the ability to, when I'm arriving this stock in, add the serial numbers in at that point. Otherwise, you can just flag it to add a serial number when you're selling it as well. So if this grid wasn't populated, you can just click on the add serial number down the bottom here and then type in the serial number you're doing. We strongly recommend doing it at the time of arrival because you've got a bit more time to actually put in the serial numbers.
Yeah.
And that way it just reduces human error and things like that as well.
Nice. Okay.
Now, a couple of other things as well. We've got the ability to sort of group a couple of items at a discounted price. Over here, I've selling another mobility scooter. But you'll see here, and sorry, it's a bit cut off, but it's basically telling me that, hey, if the customer goes and purchases this drink holder with the scooter, they get it at a discounted price. So as soon as I click on that drink holder, you'll see that these two items are now in purple because that discounted to the price I set in the back end.
Yep.
Really handy for helping increase your basket size. Couple of ways to set up catalogs. There's the multi-buy, linked item, mix and match, whole department and category. Pretty much got everyone covered.
Yep.
Now, ending your sale is pretty simple. Obviously, we've got the Own Now, Pay Later integrations. So ZipPay, Afterpay, and Hum. We'll push the amount directly to most FPOS PIN pads as well. You'll also see in the mobility game, laybys are really important as well. Because what you can do is, if I assign this sale to, let's say, Justin Randall, when I click on End Sale, basically what I've set up in the setup screen, I've got 3 different durations here which I can pass on to the customer. So if it's a higher priced item, you might want to give them a couple more weeks to pay it off. Same if it's lower price, you might only want to give them 4 weeks. You can set an automatic deposit, whether that's a flat fee or a percentage. Or if you just want to do, pick your own date in the calendar here, you can do that. And that will actually print the payment schedule on the customer's receipt.
So just I can do buy now, pay later, but also I can do traditional lay-by like you're demonstrating there if I want to run a lay-by facility within my business. And so there's it's all structured. You've got the lay-by docket and everything set up. Yeah,
correct. Yeah. And a lot of people sort of get scared with laybys. Laybys are pretty boring, but at the same time, we've got a proper lay-by management facility that allows you to sort of manage a lay-by, whether it's partially collecting items, making payments, adding things to it, removing things off the lay-by, just things like that allows you to easily manage a lay-by.
Excellent.
Cool. I'll bring up another item here. I'll show you a form of multiple ways to do customer loyalty within the software as well. And one way that's proving really popular is our discount vouchers. You'll see here on the bottom of this receipt, let's make that a bit bigger. You'll see here I've called it bonus cash. So this is completely made up by you. You can call it whatever you want. But you'll see normally this is just a dollar amount off their next purchase. But I've actually redesigned the voucher because I do a lot of servicing and repairs and things like that. I want to push everyone to that part of my business. So essentially I'm saying, hey, here's $9.62 and that's a discount off your next service. So that's redeemable on their next service or repair, depending on what it is. But you can also manipulate the vouchers to have it off their next purchase, depending on how you want to set that up.
Now, let me ask you a couple of questions. That $9.62 is a very specific amount. That's calculated automatically by the software based on rules that you've set up within the software.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So without going too much into it, you can sort of manipulate the departments and categories. So you could have, 5 different things in the sale from all different departments, and that will grab, the appropriate percentages, whatever you've, set up in the background.
And I can see here the discount of, in this case, expires on the 2nd of September.
Yep.
And so, again, a business can set up those parameters to say how long a discount is going to be available for and all of that.
Yeah, well, that's right. And typically, in the healthcare equipment space, they're not going to probably come back. Well, you're not going to be in the store each week. So that's where you'd set the expiry date to maybe, a couple of months. Or, in this case, if they are buying a scooter, you would know when that scooter needs to be in for a service. So you essentially set that expiry date around that date when it's due.
Okay. Excellent.
A couple of other things as well is showing the GP information at the point of sale. So what I can do is, if I click on this discount here, you'll see here that I can actually, and you can hide this information as well, but it's letting me know my GP based on that wholesale, and you can do it per item as well. Now, this is really handy if you're bartering with the customer, or if you're trying to price match or anything like that. You can actually do set price and amount or percentage. So let's just say I want to give the customer $24 off or whatever it was, I can type in the new price there, and that will show me my GP based on the price I'm about to give that customer.
Yep.
Another handy thing as well is because they are high ticketed items, a lot of people do like to shop around.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say I assign this sale to this particular customer here. Obviously at the top also you spoke about particular discounts for, aged care homes and things like that. So you'll see here, as soon as I assign this sale to this particular customer, it automated a discount because this might be part of a certain club or home that I might give, offer discounts to. Let's just say I've got a couple of items on there. This customer wants me to print out a quote for these items. What I can do is I can click on the suspend sale, send it to the quote and invoice facility, and then from here I can actually print out a quote. You'll see I've got the ability to, if they do want to proceed with the purchase, I can print out an invoice as well. And if I do deliveries, also I can actually print a picking slip. So that will print a picking slip with the invoice, so the customer knows exactly what was picked.
So for example, if I was in a situation where I was doing quotes for, say, residents at a retirement village, yep, I can do this and it presents a really beautiful professional quote, and those quotes are out there, and it's only when the quote becomes a sale that it actually actions it within the software.
Absolutely, yeah. And this is obviously the default template, so you can make them look, really pretty. You can have your store logo, your shop details. They're fully customizable, so you can choose to show and hide discounts. Yeah. You can have multiple delivery addresses as well. So highly customizable.
Nice.
Before we get out of the point of sale, I'll say one more thing, and that's the special orders. Yep. So typically a customer comes in, again, because they are expensive items, especially the scooters. You might not stock much in at the same time, so it might be only one, or you might do a lot of orders where each time you get it in for the customer. So what you can do is, first of all, you can do a stock inquiry. First of all, you can see if you've got a warehouse or something like that. You can see if you have any of these in stock. This will give all the information about this particular item, all your arrival history. You can see the price fluctuations. At the moment, I can see I've got 0 of these in stock. What you can do is you can click on order this item, choose your customer, racking up a bill for myself. And basically the system is going to ask, do they want to leave a deposit? Now you can leave that at 0, or you can take a deposit. What that's going to do in the background is a couple of things. So when that order arrives in stock in, say, 2 weeks' time, it will notify the customer via text message or email that the order has arrived in stock. It will also notify the person arriving the stock that it's an order for Mr. Justin Randall. And if you do product labels, it will actually print a label with those customer details on it as well. And to go one step further, if you click on the order management screen here, you can completely manage all your orders by certain statuses as well. So gone are the days of flicking, between a manual book at the counter. You can have it all managed within the software.
Nice. Okay. So what's next?
So look, just quickly, you'll notice I haven't really left the point of sale to do anything that I've demonstrated, which is really important. The more things you've got set up, the easier it is your staff. So, things like extra details on receipts. I can pass on warranty information on receipts. I can pass them via data sheets as well. So not only can I print that information on receipts, but also for mobility scooters and things like that. There might be items that come with assembly instructions or a more detailed warranty booklet or something like that. So I can attach those PDFs to specific stock items. And when I email the soft copy of that receipt to the customer, they'll get those attachments as well.
Excellent.
And now the one other main thing from the top of the video was the repair side of things. I'll quickly just touch on that.
And with repairs, just while you're setting that up,
yep.
The repairs software we have is based very much on what we already do with jewelers and what we do with bike shops. Exactly. Because I found that within the mobility scooter business area, the requirements are very similar to those two.
Yeah, absolutely. And just in a nutshell, it basically allows you to bring an item in for a repair. track what labour and stock was used against that repair, and then the system will actually print job cards that detailed exactly what was carried out on that. Obviously, then invoice the customer. But I'll quickly go through adding a repair. So obviously, you can choose your staff member, choose the customer here as well. You can put in quote amounts, expected pickup dates and things like that. You can put in some quick repair instructions. So I'll just go with service. Then over here, you can actually choose an item. So this is where if they actually purchase the scooter from you, you can actually select stock against that particular customer. If they purchased it elsewhere, you can just select the item here, and it basically gives you all the information that you need to pre-fill. So whether they left accessories for you, what make and model it is, what colour it is, and things like that as well. Over here, you choose the type of repair that's getting carried out or the type of service. So sometimes they might do a gold service, silver service, or a bronze service. Just add that one over there. You've got your quick repair instructions. So this particular service includes all of these things here. And when you click on finish, when you print your job cards, I'll show you an example here. Sorry, I clicked the stop share button. And then when I go preview here, it actually, and these are fully customizable, so you can choose to show and hide specific information on each job card. So you'll get an internal one.
That's a job card that goes with the repair.
Yeah, correct.
So in a nutshell, with repairs, I'm tracking labour, I'm tracking parts, and I'm also letting the customer know when the repair is ready to be collected.
Yeah, correct. And that's all automated. So as soon as you mark it as collected, like the special customer orders, again, we can notify the customer either via text message or email that their repair is completed.
All right. So look, just kind of wrapping up, because we want to keep this introductory video short. If somebody is in the mobility scooter business or mobility products business and they want to see more about the software, you can easily catch up with them through a Zoom session like this, demonstrate the software, answer their questions, and you'll even record that demonstration for them so then they can play it to other people within the business if they want to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Look, there's probably a lot of decision makers within the business, whether it's, you want to pass it on to your accountant, bookkeeper, other business owners as well. So having that recording there is I've had customers that have watched it about 4 or 5 times, and each time they've found something different. And it's, it helps them get the most out of it. They might have thought of questions that they didn't think of, initially as well. And it just allows us to be more thorough as well.
And look, Justin, I think the critical thing is, from our point of view, we've been doing this for a long time, and we want to make sure that we have customer relationships that are built on trust.
Yeah.
By being transparent about the demonstration process, giving people a video of the demonstration, letting them play it as much as they want, and then also giving people as many demonstrations as they want, means that they're very much in control of whether they choose our software or not in their situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And even before the demonstration stage, obviously they're looking at our software, but at the same time, we want to get to know their business a little bit better, just to make sure before a demonstration, our software is going to be the right fit moving forward for them. So, we'll tick off those things, they'll tick off their things, and hopefully we marry up in the middle somewhere.
Excellent. All right. Thank you very much. And we'll see how people engage with the mobility scooter software. Thank you.
Thanks.